Dirty Sports Podcast. I said, welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast with Andy Ruther and Joe Prano. Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast.
Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Andy Ruther, coming to you live from Cincinnati, Ohio, with my co-host from Lake Tahoe, Joey No Chill Prano.
Hello, Andy.
Morning.
Morning.
That's a ski lodge looking place. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
That wood.
Here in the kitchen of the house in South Lake Tahoe. Couple great shows this past weekend at the Barrel Room with Chris Fairbanks. Shout out to some dirtballs who rolled through. Shout out to some dirtballs who reached out and said they'll be at the show Tuesday in Marin at the Throckmorton Theater. See you guys there. I should be there early enough to have pre or post show Miller Lights if y'all are around. So looking forward to that. Throckmorton Theater Tuesday night. I believe the show starts at 8.
You can't still ski at this time of year, can you?
The whole trip was planned around the fact that you could normally, regularly. Sometimes they get, feet of snow in March. It is an incredibly warm winter for most of the United States. Snowfall this year has been like record lows. So we did not end up skiing. I packed my snowboard. The mountains here, most of them are closed much earlier than projected. The ones that are still open are just begging you to hit a rock. So we skipped that. We played some golf yesterday.
Little backup plan.
Yeah. Wore my Miller Lite rugby shirt golfing yesterday. Drank Miller Lights all day. Glorious little Sunday on the golf course.
Did you get a chance to watch any of those games?
The basketball games?
Yeah.
I mean, I watched the Mets. I've watched all the Mets games so far of the season. I watched Knicks Thunder last night. No, but I'm still not watching college basketball.
The Duke ending is insane.
I saw the ending eventually. In fact, we came home from golf and Ian went across the way to his house to make us dinner, and he came back and he was like, "Did you see how the Duke game ended?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "It was pretty crazy." And then I was like, "Yeah." I kind of was like, "Yeah, okay." And then finally, when I went on the ESPN app, I pulled it up and I was like, "Oh, that's crazy."
I mean, I don't know if I've seen a turnover followed by a three like that.
Yeah,
in sequence,
and just like an insane, because it was one of those things where it's like, you always see those, in a basketball game, the end of game pass where a guy's just like throwing it ahead to whatever. But it's like, you don't need to do that when a guy's like, you could just play the free throw game.
Yeah.
Which obviously everybody, but it's just, it was if that didn't get tipped by the one guy, it was getting tipped by the other guy who was jumping up to block that pass.
I saw something I told you before the show. I saw a post. So Duke has 0 titles or title game appearances since 2015, 2016. So, going back 10 years. And then it lists just all the guys who played through Duke. I mean, I'm not going to go through all of them, but, from, Tatum to Ingram to, Banchero. I mean, the list just, Cooper Flag. I'm not going to go through all this list because it's insane. And the current list of NBA players who went to Duke
must be insane.
It's insane. They have earned 1.239 combined in NBA salary. 1.239 billion combined in NBA salary. And it is crazy to think no titles in that stretch. No title game appearances. No argument they've had the most talent. I kind of love it though. Like that ending. Now Hurley's insane. I don't know what I don't know what he's doing in the ref's face.
I saw this after, and I was like, no, this isn't real. Like, I was like, this isn't from after that. This isn't in the 0.3 seconds after. Like, why? How?
It gives me almost like WWE vibes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, in the ring or something. Like look at him. This is him. They again basically win the game there. And then he's like, oh, get in front of the ass face and headbutt him. What is he doing?
I don't know.
What is he doing? Look at him.
It's crazy.
I mean, he should have been teed up. You're right. Like the more I watch this,
I saw somebody post. We love the announcer. We love the foreign announcer post. We love an announcer post. We love whatever. But I saw someone post the Duke radio call, and they're screaming about a guy who had come off like the UConn bench or whatever as part of like the celebration. They're like, that should be a T. That should be a T. And I was like, oh, pathetic. What a pathetic thing to do, to be the radio announcer and even be aware and try to call out another team for stepping onto the court and just like not taking your big fat choking L. And then I saw this and I was like, oh, they absolutely should have teed him up. He headbutted basically a fucking referee. I mean, was it a like I don't know, was that a positive interaction? Are they gay together? Was that like, I'll see you in 15 minutes? Like,
so many questions. And I mean, his jacket's like halfway off. There's so much going on there.
If I was that ref, I fucking for sure would have teed him up.
That would have been hilarious.
I'd have been like, what in the fuck do you think you're doing? Because you know what the thing is? The guys like Hurley, these like, and this is something that's like been getting some traction, like, oh, the team, Michigan State's in it and UConn's in it, and bring back the fiery coaches, bring back the old school coaches who don't give out their participation trophies. Can you imagine Hurley's reaction to one of his players if his players got a technical for headbutting a ref in the thing? He just takes him into the locker room and literally him and like 4 graduate assistants pull his limbs off, and the guy just bleeds out limbless in the middle of the locker room while fucking ball boys just kick his dead limbless carcass on the ground. But no, when coaches do it, he's just fired up. I would have fucking I'd have been like, I'd have given him one of these. I would have given him the fucking Leslie Nielsen and Naked Gun tee. Yeah.
Yeah, I do need some context. I want to know what was happening previously or what those conversations were like between those two men. So UConn's in the Final Four again. So this will be the 3rd time in 4 years. Here's something wild. If UConn somehow wins it all, they would be the first team since those Wood and UCLA to take 3 out of 4.
Interesting.
Like it's been that long. It just doesn't happen, right?
Yeah.
Insane. Absolutely insane.
Well, I'm rooting against him now. That's a weird.
Can you imagine if he had been the Lakers coach? Can you imagine like that type of behavior in the NBA?
Oh, but that's and that's the thing.
It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work.
That doesn't happen.
It just doesn't work. What is going on with the NBA, man?
What is going on?
Did you see the proposal to fix tanking?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't truthfully, I must have read it 10 times and I'm still like scratching my head going, what?
I like most of the suggestions. I certainly like the suggestion of the record over 2 years thing. I like that because it takes out of play the Pacers tanking, the Spurs tanking for Duncan, like the team that loses a single player and is like, fuck it, we'll tank. And we'll be really good next year because we'll be back to the team that we were last year. All we got to do is just like take a year off while star players out.
I just feel it's so complicated. So there's 3 anti-tanking concepts that were.
I mean, listen, do I think my anti-tanking rule is way better? Yes, but.
Well, okay. So let's get through these. So the first one, 18 teams in a draft lottery, which were seeded 7th through 15th in each conference. Flattened odds with bottom 10 of those 18 teams having an 8% chance. The remaining 20% of teams, odds distributed in decreasing order again, this is very confusing. From teams 11 through 18 and a lottery drawing for all 18 picks. So that's one idea.
Yeah, that's not that confusing.
Well, it is for someone like me. I'm like, what?
Okay. And so there's still a lottery. They're still ping pong balls and they're pulling the thing out. But the last 8 teams or whatever it would all have the exact same odds. So there'd be no, if you finish whatever that was, 18th in the, like if you finish in that between group, you don't have any better chances of getting the first pick if you tank your last 5 games of the year. So the idea is if you start feeling like it's slipping away, don't start tanking then. Like make the push for the play-in, because if you just miss it or if you miss it by 5 games, your odds are going to be the same.
Gotcha. Okay. So then the second one you alluded to, 22 teams in lottery using a 2-year record.
This I like.
Seeds 7 through 15, plus the 4 playoff first round exit from both conferences, right? So those 7 through 15, and then the 4 teams that lost. Lottery teams would reach a minimum win total floor in each season, such as 25 wins, as an example. If a team falls short of the floor, it gets slotted to meet the floor. Top 4 drawn as part of the lottery, as is currently. Huh?
So
come again.
That essentially, that last part you said, top floor, slotted to meet, means let's say you have, let's say you're a team and you're going for like the full tank, like you're going, you lose, you're the Pacers, you lose Halliburton, you're like, fuck it, we're kind of good, we're gonna like tank this fucking season away. You could have been decent last year, right? And you're like, listen, we were decent last year, but if we go 0-82, even over the course of the last 2 seasons, we'll only have won 25 games a year. So it's put in place to say you can't just like make up for having a halfway decent year last year by tanking it to beyond measures, because we're just going to make it like you had 25 wins this year anyway.
Gotcha. All right, and the third proposal is 18 teams in a 5x5 lottery. The bottom 5 teams have equal odds for the top pick, with the lottery, like the normal lottery, for picks 1 through 5. Bottom 5 teams have a floor at 10. Those that fall out of the top 5 get sorted in a separate drawing. Now, I saw an interesting idea here from Mark Cuban. So these were presented, and then Bill Simmons on Twitter quote posted, over 3. Also notice how none of these ideas involve shortening the season, which is partly how we fell into this tanking sinkhole in the first place. They come up with 3 solutions, and none of them are what would 72 games look like. This league is so frustrating. So Simmons posted that, and then Mark Cuban posted a follow-up to what Simmons posted, which I thought was an interesting idea that I never would have thought of. So he said, okay, you want to make the game shorter? I'm sorry, the season shorter, 72 games. Mark Cuban proposes making the game 40 minutes. And then he does the math. If you cut down by 8 minutes times 82, you're basically shortening the season by 13 games in minutes. It's 13 points.
I'm with Simmons, and here's why. Okay. First of all, we talk about baseball and football and whatever, like all the way you judge players across sports. Like, in baseball, like, man, he hit 50 home runs this year. In basketball, it's all a per game, 32 points a game, 10 assists a game, 8 rebounds a game, whatever. You adjust the minutes. You take just a death nail to historical comparison of players, and you change the minutes. You don't adjust travel, back to back, anything like that. There's absolutely no argument, in my opinion, for if you were trying to shorten the season by 10 games or whatever, to say, let's do it via minutes instead of via games. The only argument for that is you're an owner and you want to sell tickets to more games, because I can tell you one thing, they're not adjusting the ticket prices by 9% to account for the fact that the games are now 40 minutes instead of 48. So ticket prices remain the same. You sell the same amount of things. You're cutting off beer at 2 minutes earlier now instead of whatever. And so that's just Mark Cuban not hiding in any way, shape, or form that's all a pro owner.
Okay. Well, I just want to finish out what else he said.
Okay.
I'm not going to disagree with that. But he also is making a case, if you're looking at TV and streaming ratings, the less the actual playtime for television game, the bigger the ratings. So, i.e., the less time fans have to focus on a game, the more they enjoy watching it on TV. So, like there's a few things to play. He's also saying, look, this works in college. This is what they do internationally, 40 minutes. I don't know. It was an interesting thing that I never would have thought of.
Yeah.
I mean, look,
because most people wouldn't have thought of it, because they're not thinking, okay, we're having a tanking issue, we're having load management issue, we're having an injuries issue. How do we solve those things while I still make all of my money? That's why you would never think of it.
Well, also that would affect the players. Less games. It would. Because the revenue would not be as high, truthfully. If you cut it by 10 games, there is less TV deals. I'm sorry, there is less TV money. There is less advertising money. It would affect the bottom line of the players too. It would. The salary cap.
Just think about it. Just if you're out there, just think about it as a regular old worker. If they came in and they were like, if your boss came in and he's like, here's the deal. Everybody's working 9 to 5 right now. We could do this. We could start going Monday to Thursday, and you guys have Fridays off. Now your weekends are Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Or we could have you work 9 to 3:30. Ain't no one taking 9 to 3:30, dog.
Probably right. I mean, look, it's just, I don't know. I'd be shocked they're not, again, because of that, to reduce the number of games and all those implications which we're saying. I'd be shocked if they actually do that. It's funny that you bring up, and you are right with the NBA and how we look at the points per game, the rebounds per game, all
the per
that
48 score, the plus minus.
Did you know, if he finishes this way, I didn't realize this. If Jokic finishes, he's currently the leader in rebounds per game and assists per game. No one's ever done that.
How? It's insane.
No one's ever led the league in rebounds per game, assists per game.
I mean, think about how would they? Like, there's no. What's the precedent for it? Like, what does gameplay look like? It's why he is he will be on the evolution of man chart for the NBA for how the game has changed. Steph will be on there, and you can see massive changes in the game through the years if you look at particular players, and he's one of them. Like a center that's doing all this stuff, a center that's has 7 straight triple doubles or whatever, is the first guy to go back to back 20 plus 15 plus 15 plus games. Just honestly, just a center being up there for league leaders in assists, let alone leading the league in assists.
And he also, I fell on this, basically just all these stats that he's doing this year. He's also on pace to set the all-time record as of now for single season box plus minus on top of all that. I mean, it's pretty insane, dude, what he's doing. And it's under appreciated. It's underrated. It's
for sure.
And
again, it is that way because the Nuggets have, I would say the Nuggets, because of Jokic and the way Jamal Murray has played this year, which is very well, they, I would say, always have that puncher's chance of a championship. But we live in a world now where if they don't win the championship, if they lose in the second round, or if they lose in the conference finals, it no one cares. And it's like, oh, okay, cool season. But whereas I'm obviously the complete opposite way, I think Jokic is going to finish in what will be, in my opinion, a top 10 player of all time, even if he finishes with the one title he has. And dumb people can't conceptualize that.
Well, and on top of that, I saw this. He's going to press conferences wearing Minions Crocs at press conferences.
What's insane about this, okay? The most insane part about this is, for a big guy, I imagine it's slim pickings. How are they making size 19 Minions Crocs specifically?
Yeah, that's insane. Absolutely insane. Yeah. I mean, your discussion of
I feel like they must be custom made.
They probably
which is crazy.
The guy likes Minions.
I want those. They're like, oh, those are for kids. Not only are they for kids, like, I think the biggest size they make them in is like 11 for, like, I don't know, special kids. You know what I mean? Special adults. Size 19. Make them. We have deal with China. China love NBA. Have kids make mine. Tell them for Giant. Tell kids Godzilla need Crocs.
I mean, he should have won the MVP last year.
Yeah.
Dude, this is insane. I just pulled it up now. I mean, SGA is still the overwhelming favorite. He's 4th on the current DraftKings betting list.
Mm-hmm.
Behind SGA.
Luka, I'm assuming.
Wemby, then Luka, then him. I don't know. The MVP stuff across these leagues really is starting to get on my nerves. You know why? Because it truly then turns into a participation trophy-esque, if that makes sense. Oh, he's gotten enough. Who cares? The most valuable player is the most valuable player. I don't care if you win a bunch. Jordan should have won more. And LeBron should have won more.
Yeah. The other thing is just the idea that across sports, all these guys get a vote and they break down, like we're talking about, the box plus minus, the per 28, the VORP, the whatever. But the idea of conceptualizing hey, man, just think about what these teams' records would be if they lost each of these guys and go from there. Like, it shouldn't matter that the Thunder are the 1 seed and the Nuggets are the 4 seed, because without SGA, the Thunder are the 4 seed, and without Jokic, the Nuggets are get put into, they're retracted. They're set into the lower level of, they're playing in the Euro League.
Contraction, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it contraction or retraction?
Well, whatever. Relegation is the word I was looking for from fucking European soccer.
Yeah.
They'd be in the G League. They'd be like, oh, a Denver team in the G League. This is cool.
I want to start doing that to my kids when they act like assholes. That'd be great. Oh, you act like a baby today? Cool. I'm relegating you. You're going to the 1-year-old room in daycare. You gonna act like a baby? Relegate you to that. Anyway, that's where my head went. When you could do that to people in real life, they act stupidly, you just relegate them down, say something dumb. Real life relegation. It's kind of a brilliant concept that they would come up with, the European Soccer League, truthfully.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you suck so bad, you're going to go play with these kids.
Yeah. That's, there's a whole thing. A lot of the tanking conversation in the NBA and all the stuff is coinciding with the expansion. You know what I mean? It's like we have teams, we have a tanking problem. We're not going to add the number of teams that make the playoffs, right? Because it's already like the biggest number in sports, 8 teams on both sides. So what the problem, one of the arguments against expansion is, you're just adding 2 more teams to the group that's going to be tanking. You're not adding 2 more teams to the thing. And so there is a idea with, like, basketball being as popular as it is, especially globally, and saying we don't have this talent vacuum that we had during the Jordan era, where Jordan's going 72-10 against guys who have never played organized basketball but lived in Serbia and were 7 feet tall, and they were like, do you want a career? So the idea is you could maybe expand, and you maybe could over expand, and then you could have a relegation league.
Well, how about this? I saw this post. Obviously, this, I'm in all this algorithm stuff now because it's feeding it to me. But I thought this was an interesting post on the whole NBA tanking discussion. And I'm not even saying I necessarily agree, because then people were countering this underneath the post. This dude, I don't know who this guy is, but he posted, the 5 worst NBA teams have a winning percentage of sub 30%. So the 5 worst out of 30.
Yeah.
His counter is the NFL had 7 teams last year that win percentage under 30, but it did not dominate NFL coverage like it does for the NBA. And his line is, I think the NFL knows how to market the good stories and ignore the bad ones, whereas the NBA does the opposite. So he's bringing in the marketing and the spin. He's just kind of posing that. Now, a lot of people have countered.
I think
they go, the Jets are trying to win.
Exactly.
Right. The Browns are trying to win. The Raiders are trying to win.
The issue is, because in football, even a great player, even a sure thing, is never really a sure thing, especially when you get placed onto a bad team. We've talked about that. What would Tom Brady have been if he was on the Browns? What would Russell Wilson have been if he was on the Broncos or the Steelers or the Giants? There's no such thing as a sure thing. It's very rare. So in the NFL, teams are less likely to blatantly tank.
Yeah.
And because, again, not in wear and tear on the body or whatever, but the season is 17 games. So, it's pretty hard to say we're completely out of this season before week, 8.
Yeah.
Unless you're 0-8.
Sure. Now, I've also seen. I read. You and I talk about this, and I see a lot of debate going on right now online, especially on Twitter, discussing, what's more popular now, the NBA or Major League Baseball. By the way, this is just for the United States.
Right. Which again is the like.
This is, but here's what's interesting. The Athletic did like a in-depth thing on it, which I was like, oh, a lot of these are dirty sports talking points. It's titled, "Has MLB overtaken the NBA as America's #2 league?" But what I like what they did was, and they're not saying it has, they're looking at polling, just literally people's opinions, which they start there, like Gallup opinions, like, which, whatever, take that for what they are, like what their favorite sports are to watch, and they compare baseball to basketball to football. But then they go into social media, which we've talked at length, where the NBA just dominates all of them, right? Which I was like, that's interesting. Then they go into ratings, and it's like, well, actually, the ratings are kind of similar for baseball and basketball, truthfully, on certain nights. But then they go into media rights for part of the argument. It's like, well, the NBA still is beating Major League Baseball as far as media rights, what networks are willing to pay. Then they go into revenue, which again, NBA wins. And then they go, which I thought was an interesting one, which I wouldn't have thought of, franchise valuations. And the NBA just destroys, truthfully, what. So if somebody wants to buy an MLB team, it's going to be half the price. But I just thought it was an interesting way of looking at it, again, just from the Americans' point of view of like, has it overtaken it? And their kind of criteria is
and listen, that's a, it's a fair conversation. Like, what is it? I guess the question is like, what does it matter?
It doesn't,
in terms of if you're saying just in the US, but also your standard for this has a lot of factors considered that take all the international stuff into consideration. Like the evaluation of a franchise is greatly affected by the fact that the whole world watches basketball, and you can sell jerseys in China, and you can sell jerseys in Africa, and you can sell jerseys in Europe, and you can sell jerseys wherever, as opposed to, yeah, baseball is pretty big in America and South America and whatever, but and Japan. But listen, I'm rooting for, these are two sports that I love. So I'm rooting for both. If we're having this conversation, that's good for baseball, which is good for me.
it is.
But at the same time,
Until they go on strike and they lose all momentum.
Right, exactly.
But here's what's interesting to me, reading this. I do like that, again, we're looking at multiple factors because it's very important. It's very important, especially social media. It's extremely important. You cannot downplay it. I mean, we've talked about it at length that, take just LeBron, and I'm sure many players could say this. LeBron has more Instagram followers than every Major League Baseball player combined, right? And I'm sure, again, you could do a lot of guys just besides LeBron.
I wonder if that's still true, but if not, it's close.
Well, regardless, that's why, the TV ratings thing you and I have harped on doesn't really matter as much. Now for football it does, because that's what they hang their hat on, so they can. But
well, I would say that. Listen, I would say the ratings thing is always, to me, a backseat to the cost of the TV deals. If the TV deals keep going up, the argument, well, the ratings are going down. It's like, cool, but does that matter?
It's a moot point.
What's that?
Yeah, it's a moot point.
Yeah, because if the ratings are going down, but the ad spending is going up, and therefore the networks can justify whatever. We've talked about this, and shout out to our fans, of the Dirty Sports Podcast. But when we were doing, back in the prime era of podcasting, when everybody was getting, an ad deal from Harry's Razors and, Butcher Box and all the things, it's like our fans you guys acted like a way bigger audience than you actually were. And so the number is like, I'd rather a smaller audience that acted bigger than a bigger audience that acted small.
Yeah, you'd rather have a ride or die.
Yeah.
A
So
fervent base.
as long as the TV deals are still being justified by the, networks being able to say, hey, cool, we're gonna have 19 Sunday night games on Peacock during the NBA season, and we can charge this much for ads because people are going to watch. Like, getting into the raw counting of numbers, talking about Nielsen ratings in the era of like, we put a box in 9 homes in the Midwest and times that by 5 billion to come up with a number. It's like, what are we doing here?
It's extremely antiquated.
Gotta watch Whopper.
Yeah, and again, it works. It works for the NFL because it's also a sport that has only 17 regular season games, and you can't really
very U.S. focused,
extremely U.S. focused. You can't compare that to 162 or 82, and all those factors. But again, I found it again, looking at from the financials to the viewers to the social media. Which, by the way, that's for every brand now. I don't care whether you're the NBA or you're a restaurant or you're selling clothes. It's like you're kind of balancing, quote unquote, old traditional media with new media and what's important. And you kind of have to be ahead of the curve. And that's where baseball suffered, especially on social media, they weren't ahead of the curve. But I'll give them credit on this ABS thing. It seems like it's working out so far.
Well, listen, here's the thought that I had last night while I was watching my 5th version of this same. I know you have a video that you're going to get ready to pull up from the Reds, but I've seen 5 of these this year already. And this brings me so much joy. And the thought I had yesterday is, obviously, I am not a fan of the pitch clock. Now, I would say the pitch clock has been a success in terms of what baseball thought it was going to do. Now, I think there's, a million ways to skin a cat, if you will. And I would say that had I been commissioner of baseball, or had anybody asked me my opinion, I'm like, hey, there's a way to market baseball and share baseball and broadcast baseball in a way where you still keep your audience, you still increase your ratings, you still do all of these things without saying the only way we can do that is shorter games. But conversely, you don't want to make games longer. You don't want to make them longer than they were. I'm not saying, hey, but let's make 4-hour baseball games instead of 3-hour baseball games. I'm just saying, hey, there's a way to make 3-hour baseball games palatable to people if you guys know how to market, which they obviously didn't. And then we had to go to the pitch clock. But ABS, just like in basketball, just like in football, having a replay review, even by seconds, lengthens the game. So my thought last night was like, oh man, if me getting these every day, if me getting the humiliation ritual of these piece of shit egomaniac psychopath narcissist umpires, if the trade-off is we have to have a pitch clock so that the games can be a little bit shorter so that we can take a couple seconds every few innings to shame the shit out of an umpire, I am here for it.
Yeah, so to kind of remind everybody, so the ABS is just the automated ball strike challenge system where batters, pitchers, or catchers can immediately contest a home plate call by tapping their helmet, their cap. So what is it? Teams start with 2 challenges per game, keeping them successful with extra challenges and extra innings. So yesterday, this is the one that kind of went viral during the Reds game against the Red Sox because Eugenio Suarez did back-to-back calls, and he got him right. And you can see the ump is pissed. So this is the clip, and you can hear the crowd just going psycho.
And before you watch this, keep in mind when you say the umpire got pissed, the umpire doesn't just get pissed for getting shamed, but now we live in a world where the umpire, the natural state of an umpire, the natural like mental position that these umpires are put in. The second one, he's doing the revenge call for getting fuck you, I'll challenge again. Because these umpires have historically always done this. Oh, you're going to show me up or you're going to do this. Right? Don't forget, I actually wield all the power. So, yeah, you might have won that one, but I'll just fuck you on a later call.
Sure.
And Suarez was like, nah, motherfucker, I'm challenging your revenge call.
It's hilarious. All right, so here's what happened during the game.
Got him looking, challenge, immediate tap of the helmet.
So immediate tap. So context of this game. What are we at? It's bottom of the 6th,
but bases are loaded.
Yeah, bases are loaded. Bottom of the 6th. 5-3 Reds.
The Reds runners all hold.
Batters challenging the pitch.
I love how
even there, he's pissed. He's pissed.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. That's out of the zone. The AB continues.
God, it makes me want to use T-Mobile. I love it so much.
ABS could be a lot of fun, Lark.
It's amazing how minuscule the misses are, but these guys just know it. Great feel for that strike zone.
All right.
It was called strike 3, end of inning. Now the 2-2.
Revenge call.
Strike 3, tap the helmet again.
He immediately hits him with it. I fucking love it. It makes him horny.
Batters challenging the pitch.
He's so pissed. He's so pissed. Batters challenging the pitch.
Here we go. Outside. The loudest cheers of the game. The Reds have hit 2
right in that moment, he should have been able to Dan Hurley, the umpire. He should have been able to take his helmet off and press his head against his bald head and been like, I'll do this, motherfucker.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's the loudest Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati has been in years.
I saw somebody say I've been a season ticket holder for 50 years or something like that. It's the loudest cheer I've heard at the ballpark since the 1990 World Series.
Well, by the way, what a great statement on the state of Reds baseball as well. Jeez.
But also it's a great statement on like we've I mean, no joke, for centuries we've been at the mercy of just absolute fucking psychopaths. Just egomaniac lunatics.
Yeah. I mean, look.
So, Perez on the Royals had the exact same thing as a catcher. 2 pitches in a row. He's like, motherfucker, what are we doing here? I do this for a goddamn living.
So you're done, though, after that, right? Those are the 2.
No,
I'm confused.
You win, you keep them.
So you still have 2 more.
Yeah. You have two. You have 2 failed challenges in the game. He was like, I will literally do this all day. So maybe get the next one right. Which is even better.
Ballparks will be going crazy across the country for this.
I saw a couple tweets about bring back Angel Hernandez. We need to just give him his whipping.
I wonder why he was trending on Twitter. And then I was like, yesterday, I was like, oh, because everybody's talking. They want him back.
Yeah.
Everybody's joking, bring him back for the All-Star game. Did you get all the ratings?
Yeah.
So everybody will watch.
It's glorious.
Well,
I love how fast it is.
I was going to say, that's what I was about to say. You know what's
I love
great
how precise
about
it is. It's like the tennis. It's like a tennis replay.
If I go to an NFL game and the play's under review, the whole stadium's still debating it. This one is very clear cut, right? It's like this is either a ball or a strike. Oh, those are two balls. It's obvious. And it's pretty instant, like you're saying with tennis. They need to figure out something like this in the
I think it should be like strip poker, by the way. I think if you challenge it and an ump gets it wrong, not only do you keep your challenge, but he's got to take off one piece of safety equipment.
Oh, wow.
So, like, if we get to the end of the game and there's been 5 successful challenges, I want him there taking foul balls to the fucking face. No mask.
That's
like,
hilarious.
all right, what are you losing first? Shins? Chest? Taking your cup off? You know they're just going to be standing back there just naked in a mask by the end.
Do we really want to see these guys naked, though?
Yeah, I do. I want full shame humiliation rituals.
Did you ever play strip poker?
Yeah.
Like,
but you know what though? It's a flawed game. It's a flawed game. First, you got to teach girls poker. It's a nightmare.
it's true.
It's like in every movie and television show historically, women just know how to play fucking 5-card stud.
We played, I remember freshman year of high school. We got some of the girls from one of the other all-girl Catholic schools to play, and my buddies, and like girls who were kind of like prudish, and like people were like in disbelief that we got some of those girls to like get top. Like it was like everybody's like, "Dude, you got so and so to get topless?" We were like, "Yeah, strip poker, bro. It somehow worked." And you know how it worked? My one buddy it was his idea to do it. He's like, "Let's just play strip poker." His parents were gone. There's like 7 or 8 of us over at his house. He basically just like kept losing to get naked. And I think it relieved any tension. And he's just playing buck naked. And everybody's laughing, right? But then the girls were like, "Oh, if he's gonna get naked, I guess we can take off some clothes then too."
Yeah.
Strip poker. That's for the late night games, right? Because you don't want kids seeing an old.
Well, listen, I'm just talking about safety equipment too. Like I'm just talking about, you got shin guards, you got a chest protector, you got a mask, you got a cup. Like there's at least 4 or 5 pieces of safety equipment that can come off before anything.
Do you think it's funny watching this?
Guys are going to be a lot fucking tighter with their calls if they're like, "Fuck, I gotta call this next batter without a chest protector."
I don't think they saw this coming though, even though this rule was instituted. Like I don't think the refs. I know we're just a few days into the season, but I feel like the vibe with the refs is, "Oh shit." Crowds are going psycho.
They didn't see it coming because they're egomaniacs, and they're like, "No one will ever challenge us, and we never get anything wrong."
I do think it's weird, again, like across a lot of the sports. Like growing up, you didn't really know who refs were. You didn't really know who the ump was or a referee. But then they turned into a thing as we got older because of the egos and all that. Which I guess is a good segue here for what's happening right now in the NFL with the negotiations between the refs union and the NFL. A lot of he said, she said going on. Is that you? Is that a siren by you? Or is that me?
It's you.
That's me. I'll say if I lost my goddamn mind. Okay. So let's start here, right? We've talked about this. The NFL will start hiring replacement officials before the deadline, which is May 31st. D1, D2, D3 colleges. You and I hate it. We hate it. We hate it. Everybody hates it. We don't want the Fail Mary again. But now we have some actual details. This is okay. So again, it's going to be he said, she said, but let me just say who's saying what. Apparently the NFL has offered a 6-year labor deal.
It's all of a sudden a fucking Limp Bizkit song. Like you're like, it's all about the he said, she said, who said what?
Oh, that was definitely on an Andy Ruther mix in high school.
Yeah, I
Limp
know.
Bizkit was definitely on the Andy Ruther mix. Definitely on some workouts. Oh yeah, man, this shit's fucking getting me turned. Let me put on one of my cubic
And he was like,
zirconium.
you know what the best part about being a Reds fan is? My hat's already red. Who? What?
Okay. So the NFL has offered their officials a 6-year deal with a 6.45% growth in compensation. The NFL Ref Association wants a 10% growth yearly, plus $2.5 million for marketing fees the league regards as worthless, sources say. Not sure what that means.
Marketing reffing?
Yeah, I don't understand. Marketing fees.
I also agree that this is worthless. We'd like to market ourselves. We're trying to all grow our personal Instagrams.
The union is also resisting changes
Seth
that the
_the _ref.
Okay, so
The real Hockey.
the union, where is that? The union also wants to resist what the NFL. The union wants to continue to resist the changes the NFL is insisting upon, which include shortening the dark period after the Super Bowl. This is what the NFL wants.
Yeah, I gotta say, we talked about this before the show. The NFL, whether through a PR campaign or whatever, they're doing a good job pulling me to their side.
I know. I've never been on the NFL side. The NFL wants to do that. They want to deploy underperforming officials to a spring league for extra reps.
Go.
So, hey, man, you had a shitty year. You got, it's summer school. You didn't do well in algebra. You're going to summer school. You're going to spring camp for refs. And the NFL wants to end a seniority-based system for playoff assignments.
Yes.
Saying they want to pay based on performance.
And you said now, obviously, shortening a dark period and having guys, essentially, if you have to work more, there's less potential for you to work in the off season, which we've always talked about, these refs having to have part-time jobs. But you said they want to keep, they're trying to double dip.
They are trying to double dip.
And I'm like, get fucked, dog. Pick a goddamn lane.
This is what the NFL Refs Association is saying. This is literally from their executive director. Direct quote. Apparently, league sources are continuing to put out false and misleading information instead of wanting to meet at the negotiating table. The bottom line is our officials work for the wealthiest sports league in America with profits that far exceed any others. Okay, that's fair, but let's get to it. That's normally a point of pride of the NFL. However, our officials are substantially undercompensated when compared to baseball and basketball umpires and referees.
Yeah, they do 162 and 82 games, and you guys do 17. You work 1 day a week.
Our officials aren't provided the healthcare benefits of those at 345 Park Avenue have, I assume NFL headquarters. And then they came with this. Again, this is a direct quote from their executive director. As far as performance pay, we had high-performing officials who worked this year's championship games and Super Bowl who were paid less for those games than what they were paid for regular season games. Again, I don't know if that's true. This certainly isn't rewarding performance, as the NFL claims. But you are correct. The NFL Refs Association is saying they don't want to go full-time. They want to keep their, $250,000 accountant job or, consulting position or business
because
position,
I'm
whatever.
sure half of those fucking things are boosted by the fact that they're an NFL referee.
100% they are. So again, we're actually citing
when you come. I like. There's part of me that's on both sides because we know that we know that the NFL owners are billionaires that hold their billions close to their chest and try to give as less as they possibly can to players and fans and whatever. So you're like, you know what? If you wanted to do a good PR spin, focus on the healthcare. Focus on the paying more, you want the best refereeing you can get in the playoffs and the championship games and the Super Bowl. Those are, paid higher. Stay away from, I want to keep my fucking job in another thing. Stay away from, I want to have only 17 games of a job, and then I need a long dark period so I can go on vacation and or do my other job instead of learning how to be a better referee.
Realistically, it seems like an easy fix. What you're saying, just pay them more. Both sides have to get, that's a compromise. That's any negotiation. You guys can't have your side hustle, but the NFL is going to pay you a lot more and you're going to get full health benefits. But realistically, you are right. It is 1 day a week, guys. Like, if you get top-notch health benefits and, I don't know, $300,000 a year. Now, granted, again, if you suck, you might have to go to summer school for reffing, which, by the way, the NFL could monetize. Let's be honest. And you could monetize that with those guys. Oh, you're going to be on Hard Knock referees.
That's some real. I can't even imagine the level of virgin someone would have to be able to watch that. That'd have to be somebody who's never met a woman.
The NFL diehards will watch it. Did you guys see the latest version of Hard Knocks? Zebras. Did you guys see that?
I think Hercules can have a big ear.
Did you see how big his biceps are? He's been doing extra curls.
Oh, the Liev Schreiber voiceover while he's fucking doing curls at the ref gym.
Oh my God. Did you guys see that? Look at his six-pack. I think he's going to be calling a great AFC Championship game this year. He's ready. I'm telling you, man, people would watch it. Anything NFL, people will watch. But yeah, they got to figure this out, though. None of us, look, you can't be having college D3 refs, man. Like, what are we doing here? I can't believe I'm saying this. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but I'm going to say it. Take note from baseball, man. Like, see how the crowds are reacting.
Meanwhile, the NFL's been protecting them for. Remember when they fucking had the pass interference scandal, followed by being able to challenge pass interference, followed by the NFL being like, "Yeah, that was tough to watch for us. You guys refused to change your calls even when they were blatantly wrong. This is embarrassing for everybody. We're just going to pretend that never happened. Now we're going to get rid of the rule, and we're 2 years away from that fucking scandal, so no one will ever care because everybody's got a short memory."
Yeah. It's nuts, man.
I'm prepared to live on a desert planet. I'm prepared to live on Tatooine if the AI sucks up all the water just for us to embarrass referees and umpires.
Appreciate the Star Wars reference there.
I was like, I hope I have the right planet, or else
yeah,
I
it's
need
Tatooine.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's where Luke Skywalker was raised. Did Han or Greedo shoot first? I don't know. That was on Tatooine, right?
Was it? Oh, yeah. I guess that was when they went to like get him, right?
Yeah. At that bar.
The cantina.
Yeah. There's got to be a place in America that's replicated itself after that, right?
I feel like there was at one point that was like a proper like bar restaurant, and now I think there might be one that's like on a Disney thing now because Disney owns it.
Of course. $400 for a beer.
Yeah. And there's a table full of the plus size park hoppers that are always in there eating fucking Chewbacca skewers.
The plus plus size bar hop. What did I see somebody post the other day? It's just, dude, again, the adults in the amusement parks, man. What are we doing? Just in general. You think Twerks is still doing that now that he's married?
I have no idea. Probably.
Fucking weird, man. What are you doing?
Dude, don't get me started on Disney adults.
So weird, man. I'm gonna get you started on Tiger Woods. Let's talk a little Tiger Woods.
This man,
bro.
How rich do you have to be to have a driver? Like, what are we doing, dog?
It's the same conversation we've had for years.
It's beyond. Do you know how much more money Tiger Woods has than the average NFL player?
I mean, he's a billionaire, right?
A billionaire, dude.
Estimated around 1.3 billion. So it's funny you bring that up. This is from an hour ago.
Oh, here we go.
The
I'm
argument
listening. I'm just filling up my iced coffee.
Yeah, go for it. And take it for what it's worth, everybody listening. This is from People magazine, so obviously tabloid. Exclusive. Why Tiger Woods won't hire a driver. Exclusive source. Kind of going a little Black Sports Online here with the exclusive source in parentheses. Anyway, according to sources to People, Tiger Woods' desire for privacy is stopping him from hiring a driver. The 50-year-old Woods says he doesn't want anyone to watch over him or know what he is doing, and he thinks he is fine to drive.
Imagine here. Listen, I've been critical of Tiger Woods for many years, and my criticism is always based in the same thing, which is all of the scandals, all the ego, all the whatever. My psychological breakdown is Tiger Woods was a dork loser who played golf.
I wouldn't call him a loser.
Yeah. Like,
He's
listen,
a dork.
But here's the thing. Forget the fucking.
Yeah.
Forget the championships and all that. I'm talking about 13-year-old.
Yeah. He's just a dork.
Yeah. You're like, but like,
his life was golf since day one.
He's a golf kid.
He's a golf kid.
Right.
Yeah, he wasn't.
So I'm not talking about loser and like he's not winning things. I'm talking about loser like the other kids are being like, little fucking loser kid. Right. I think all of this stuff historically, the drinking, the drugs, the womanizing, the dad shit, the fucking comebacks, the failures, the whatever. It's all because he has this weird fucking ego about being a fucking dork. This further proves my point. So you're telling me Tiger Woods legitimately doesn't have one trusted friend?
Ooh, never thought from that. Yeah.
One. Because think about what that person would have to do as a career to not take a job being Tiger Woods' driver. Because think about it this way, like, is he the CEO of Disney? Tiger Woods one trusted friend. He's like, I'd love to, bro. But, being your driver for $6 million a year is kind of a pay cut for me. Like, you don't have one trusted friend and you go, hey, man, I'm giving you a $5 million a year driver career. How many of your friends would do that immediately?
Yeah, I never thought of that. Of like, dude, you don't have one homie who
you don't have one
who you're just gonna throw all the bag at, throw all the monies at.
That you don't have one person where you're like, oh, that guy won't sell me out to tabloids. That guy won't tell people where I'm going. Do you know how many people I have in my life that I
trust
would trust not to do that? 30. I have 30 people who I think could not be bought.
I love what else this source says. The source adds that Woods prefers to keep his life private and dislikes negative attention. Dude, where have you been the last 15, 20 years? He is not a social butterfly and prefers to hang around his home with his kids or hitting golf balls or playing video games, the source says. He despises public scrutiny. That's hilarious.
By the way, his kid's 16 at this point.
17.
You don't even trust your son?
No. He has two teenage children. His daughter's 18. His son Charlie's 17. You know what's crazy about these wrecks too? Obviously, he has a pill addiction problem because there was no booze, but it's a DUI with whatever drug he's on, painkillers or whatever. What's crazy about all these wrecks? These are like brutal wrecks. Like, dude, your car's like you're not just wrecking. You're wrecking like a scene out of like a movie. You're like Dukes of Hazzard in this shit. Like you're flying off, like when I saw the video or saw the car just completely rolled on its side, like, dude, you're not just wrecking. And you and I have said this for years about him getting a driver. And I've said the same thing for years too. Who wants to drive, man, if you don't have to?
It's right? Crazy.
It's like there's no better feeling.
But also with Teslas and Waymos, and like you don't even fucking need a driver.
I know. But isn't the best thing ever when, like, let's say you're hopped up on something, and clearly he is. Isn't the best thing ever
just sitting in the back with your sunglasses on?
Sitting in the back with your sunglasses on, or you're in the front seat, you're manning the playlist, and you're like, yo, it's 3 a.m. I'm fucked up. Let's hit up some Taco Bell, Uber, and he hates you, but you're like, not my problem, bitch. Who wants to be driving?
Dude, I just talked about this the other day. Listen, my dad didn't make probably a thousandth of what Tiger Woods makes. I can't even imagine how low in comparison. I bet you Tiger Woods has single paydays that are more than my dad ever had as like a liquid amount in his bank account. But at one point in his career, he got like a really good promotion or offer or raise or whatever. And he was like, can I just have a driver? And they were like, okay. You're like, that's that important to you? And he's like, yeah, driving to New York City every day sucks. I just want a guy who picks me up in the morning, is available for me when I want to go to lunch, if I want to go across town, so I could like work on my way in, work on my way to lunch, work whatever, drives me home. Maybe I want to stop after work and have a fucking after work drink on my way home or two and not have to worry about getting in the car after. And he was just like, this is a no-brainer for me. Tiger Woods has $1 billion and isn't just like, hey, maybe I should stop getting behind the wheel while being a fucking pill-addicted fucking psychopath.
I have times in the day where I'm exhausted to pick up my kids from daycare, which, by the way, is 10 minutes away. But like, I'll have times where I'll be stuck in a stoplight. And again, it's not like the traffic's insane. It's the suburbs of Cincinnati. But I'll have times where I'll think in my head, God, I would love to not even be driving right now.
Yeah.
Like, I would just love to just pull into their daycare, grab one. They're across the street from each other right now. Like, grab the other one at the other daycare and just go home and just have somebody drive. He's worried about his, like, Tiger, your life's been public literally since you were a child. When did he make that appearance? Was it the Tonight Show?
He was like 6.
Not even. Remember when he's putting with his dad? Yeah. Your entire life. Bro, I vividly remember, this is before the internet really, like before it was big. I vividly remember you on cereal boxes when you were at Stanford, man, before you were even a professional golfer.
Yeah.
oh, Tiger's the next thing, this new golfer, Tiger Woods. Your entire life has been public.
In the Stanford polo with the S removed for the Wheaties box.
That's right. It's just such an insane thing to say. Again, this is from a source. Take it for what it's worth. It's coming from People magazine. But like, it just like, I never thought of your theory, which is true. Like, you don't got one homie. You don't got one buddy. You don't have one member,
trusted friend who could
use
a $5 million a year salary and isn't going to immediately sell you out.
Yeah. You don't got one cousin who you've been tight with. No, I grew up a golfer. I must golf. Nobody? I mean, damn.
Did you see the whatever onion? It wasn't the Onion, but whatever. Did you see whatever the fake headline? I couldn't help but laugh. Like, cops tase black half of Tiger Woods after Asian half crashes car.
I think it was Babylon B. There was a lot. There was a lot of funny jokes, dude. My timeline was blowing up. I was laughing really hard. Because again, you're seeing the news and you're going, again?
I'm just like, I couldn't believe. I'm like, how many? And also just like, bro, you are the single worst driver.
Yeah, he's pretty bad. But I think he's just falling asleep, right? I think he's so amped up on the drug. Like, he has a serious addiction. But again, he's got nobody to tell him that.
Oh man.
He has clearly a serious pill popping addiction.
And now we have to worry. Now we have like environmental worries. We have to worry about like the state of, the workforce in like April of 2027, because there is going to be a point, next year or the year after where Tiger finishes 47th at the Masters and we have no workforce because the world's biggest dorks are at home sucking their own dicks in front of a TV being like, he's gonna make the cut. He crashed his car and now he made the cut. I gotta suck my own dick. Our house is full of jizz. Kids just like
the comeback story.
Kids just drowning in pools of their dad's own jizz because they fucking filled their man caves with fucking cum after Tiger Woods makes the cut by one stroke and then finishes 46th. How did he overcome crashing his car for the 75th time? He's a warrior. Serena Williams fucking winning Wimbledon pregnant. They're like, who gives a shit? They're like, Tiger Woods hit a fire hydrant and then finished 96th.
I mean, it really is
greater athlete in the history of sports.
It really is
LeBron
funny,
James
though.
Is playing at 41. They're like, low flop. LeBron James putting up triple doubles at an age that most of these guys hadn't played sports in 30 years. And they're like, bitch. And then they're like, Tiger Woods overcame hitting a stop sign going 19 miles an hour in a residential neighborhood to finish 90th. The heart of a lion.
Well, again,
thank God they make you walk in the PGA, right?
Yeah.
Again,
he's Nike.
Fucking galleries.
Maybe he's not Nike anymore, right? But he was always Nike.
Yeah.
The marketing behind him is just, yeah. And people get mad when you say that. Like, oh, what do you mean he was? He's just a big sports dork. I mean, that Chappelle sketch for shizzle. It's like when they do the racial draft. It's yeah. I mean, look, bro, you got a problem. It's sad. Like, you got to deal with it. Somebody in your life has got to be like, hey, man, stopping the pills. I mean, these are bad crashes. Dude, these mugshots are insane. I mean, did you see the latest one?
I mean, you listen. We have so many. Like, you have the question more offensive that Tiger Woods doesn't spend $5 million a year on a trusted driver, or he doesn't spend $5 million one time on fixing his fucking hair. Bro, just go bald. At this point, you're talk about Nike. Just do the shaved head thing.
Yeah, I know. It's
Bro, you could buy the country of Turkey and get your hair transplants there.
Let me pull it up. Yeah, it's bad, dude. I always wondered the same thing. Like, why is he doing this? Why does he refuse to?
Because he's like, I always wear a hat. Yeah, you do always wear a hat, except every time you have to have your mugshot taken after hitting a fucking house in a 25-mile-an-hour school zone because you're unconscious.
Oh man. I mean, look at him. Every mugshot, he looks more Asian to me too. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
Like, bro, you get more Asian as you get older.
Yeah. As he ages, he just becomes like a blackjack dealer that you'd see at 3 a.m. in Vegas. Like, good luck, ladies and gentlemen.
That's actually the best way to describe it.
Tiger Woods' next mugshot is going to be in a shiny purple paisley vest. He's like, good luck, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh man. I mean, but you know what's crazy? It's always involved cars with him. Even when his wife was like bashing it was his car. She was bashing his car. The first incident. Oh my God, bro. Get it under control.
I'm at this point, it's not even get a driver. Get a single friend. Fuck.
The Slurpers, though, you're right. They're gonna be out in full force.
It was only 18 months ago he was sideways in a Buick. Now he's done, well, not a sport, but fucking. He essentially did what is professional cornhole. Unbelievable.
Oh man. Somewhere Tug Coker is like Undertaker weak, like, whoa, you talking about Tiger?
Yeah.
He's in his Tiger red. Again, marketing, man.
Somewhere Tug Coker has already put in his Google Calendar on his phone, he's blocked off the entirety of Masters Sunday 2028. He's like, hun, whatever's happening with the kids that day, I'm not going to be there.
So look, I am all about a comeback story, right? But like at this point, it's the same. It's the same discussion we've had for 10 years on the show. It's always self-inflicted, right? It's like you were banging Perkins waitresses and porn stars, and you were getting DUIs. It's all like, it wasn't like something tragic happened, like you got awful cancer or, plane crash. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all like, yo, bro.
And it's amazing. It's amazing to see the different reactions from sports fans to different things.
Oh, it is.
They'll go on Twitter and they'll tweet like at Brian Robinson. It's like, fuck you, loser. 2 yards of carry today. You ruined my fucking fantasy team, you fucking bitch. And like people are like, yeah, he got shot 3 weeks ago with a gun, and he came back and he had like 5 yards per carry and a fucking touchdown, but you didn't win your fantasy league. Then Tiger, high on pills, rolls his car into somebody's fucking front yard, and then they're like, he came back and he walked upwards of 1.5 miles and finished 40th. Do you think he'd feel better if I sucked his cock? Tiger, I know you don't have a trusted friend, but I'll never tell anyone if you let me suck you off.
No, 859-832-0478. That's the hotline.
Is that the show?
Yeah.
Great. Well, guys, come out and see me. Got a bunch of shows coming up. Specifically, if you're in the Bay Area, I'll be at the Throckmorton Theater tomorrow night. Bunch of shows on the calendar in the near future in and around Los Angeles before we hit the road again. So come see a show, joeprano.com /shows. Yeah, follow me on all social media at Joe Prano. And we'll see you guys soon.
Cool. Yeah, guys. I'm at Andy Ruther. You know where to find me. Yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna go play golf today after having a couple beers last night. Nah, I don't know. I'm a real champion. You know, how am I doing this 2 days in a row? No one will ever know. Just peak physical specimen over here. Just the heart of a lion.
Will you be driving a cart?
Yeah, I will.
Okay. Still trying not to roll it over.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on Friday. And as always, stay dirty.